will talk about narcotraffic. I'm from Cali and the city has been associated for years to drug narcotraffic. In Colombia, we have lived in the same problem and the same situation. Drug trafficking had its peak in the early 70s with the bonanza of the marijuana trade. For this time began to appear the famous poster of drug trafficking, as were the Medellin cartel, Cali cartel, not the Valle cartel, displayed first. We had not been able to eradicate the cultivation of narcotics from our country, with a large index of peoples and groups outside the law who have worked in producing and exporting a large quantity of drugs to raise large sums of money, without measuring the consequence or damage they may be causing. The country reaches record level in coca production and the potential for the cocaine production during 2017. The new figure suggests that cultivated hectares of coca leaf increased by 11% from 188,000 in 2016 to 209,000 in 2017, which is the 19%. Drug trafficking created a prototype of life with the paramilitaries permit the guerrillas implemented in the mind of the young the slogan of easy money, changed the body of the woman, alienate the most worthless member of the public force, and became the vital fool of the armed conflict. For those reasons, Colombia is one of the countries most affected by the war against drug trafficking. It is estimated that more than 1,000 people and 6,000 companies have appeared in the list since 1995. Colombian individuals and companies within the list are limited their transition with banking entities. If Colombians will take action for their country, they will live in war.
Colombia has an historical figure of 209,000 hectares of coca leaf planted in the country. The ideological and systems will show some figures. There are causes that explain how it increased in the country Colombia. A large population lives and moves in an illegal mining of gold and coca leaf crops. So when the price of the gold falls, they sow coca and vice versa. In 2012, the lower figure was reached in terms of coca. It coincides with the increment of gold and with the increment of criminal mining in the country. Then, in 2013, there was the price of the gold contract. In that time, that year, was the main important because the increment of the coca leaf was rising. Then, the second explanation that is the most important is the revision of the dollar. Some years ago, the dollar was 1,800 pesos, currently close to 2,900 pesos. As in any market, it had a bad impact in the illegal economy. It generates a third factor, that is the increment and the use of cocaine in several countries. For example, United States, their increment and use the cocaine as a consumer again. Brazil, that is the second largest consumer in the world. Then it goes Argentina among others, and European countries that increment the demand of cocaine. In fact, there are into 180% to 190% into 2012 and into 2013 the increment of cocaine in their countries.
Most of us believe that it's impossible to end the problem of drug trafficking for the number of years that continues. But one possible solution from this great conflict is with a plan. The plan begins with the inversion of people into society, since they are often displaced from their land by arrived groups that use those lands to produce drugs. The second part is to generate a strong fight against the laundering of assets in the economy and establish a strong controls against the production of drug trafficking. Also, generating campaigns against the corruption that is associated with drug trafficking, since politicians often allow this type of illegalities for get extra money. Finally, and most important, it's necessary to generate a process in which many families who have consumers are rehabilitated, since they is also one of the main causes that drive the business, because if there is no a client in this strong business, there is not the business. With this investigation, we conclude that this conflict is affect the political aspects in which that contaminates electoral campaigns, sometimes use money from drug trafficking. In social aspects, which drug traffickers count on the support of the towns where this activity is carried out. We think if this problem continues to the future, it will be like as suicide as the society.